I'm going to go over a few problems from the Math 3 Unit 1 Worksheet 4, which is on reflections. On number 1 through 8, we're asked to A, graph the following equations. Part B, describe the translations of the original function from the parent graph. And C, describe the reflection from the original function to the modified function. Okay, so first of all, number 2, what we're going to look at, we have 2 to the power of x plus 3. So it's exponential. It's that plus 3 is moved up 3 units from the parent graph. So I'm going to, so part B says describe the translations of the original function from the parent graph. So translate up 3 units. And remember, the parent graph of an exponential function does not go through 0, 0. It goes through 0, 1. So from 0, 1, you're going to go up 3 more, so you're going to end up at 0, 4. So 1, 2, 3, so we're right here. And also, the parent graph function has a horizontal asymptote at the x-axis, but we've moved everything up 3, so now the horizontal asymptote is at the line y equals 3. Okay. Let's get a couple more points here. Remember, we're always picking points to the right with exponential functions, so let's plug in 1. So g of 1 gives us 2 to the power of 1 plus 3, which is 2 plus 3, which is 5. So 1, 5. Let's get one more. If I plug in a 2, I get 2 to the power of 2 plus 3, which is 4 plus 3, or 7. So I plugged in a 2, I got a 7, so 2, 7. And so that is our graph of g of x. We also want to graph negative g of x. So I'm going to switch colors here. And the translation, negative g of x, is, it's a reflection actually. It's a reflection over the x-axis. So to reflect over the x-axis, you look at how far things are from the x-axis. So the horizontal asymptote is 3. So we're going to have a horizontal asymptote on the other side of the x-axis, 3 below. So one's 3 above, this one's 3 below. And then just pick a point. So there's one point that's 4 above the x-axis, so I'm going to go 4 below the x-axis, right below it. There's another one 5 above at 1, so I'm going to go 5 below at 1. And then at 2 we're 7 above, so I'm going to go 7 below. And that is your reflection across the x-axis. Let's go take a look at number 6 now. Number 6, we have a linear equation, g of x. And g of x, the x plus 4 is moved to the left 4 units from the parent graph. And so I'm going to write that, left 4 units. And so from 0, 0, I'm going to go left 1, 2, 3, 4 right here. And notice my slope is negative 2/3. So from that point, I'm going to go down 2, right 3. That gives me a negative slope and I got my line that's g of x. If you wanted, you could pick a point and come up with another point like we've done in previous worksheets. But this is a nice quick way to get 2 points. If we want a third point, we can continue that pattern. I can go up to left 3. G of negative x. If the negative sign's inside the parentheses, that is a reflection across the y-axis. And so, here's my y-axis. Pick a point, and so the point at the bottom is 1 to the left of the y-axis, so I'm going to go 1 to the right of the y-axis. The point on the x-axis is 1, 2, 3, 4 to the left, so I'm going to go 4 to the right. And then we got another point that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to the left, so I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Notice they're the same heights. So this is g of negative x, a reflection across the y-axis. And lastly, I'm going to do number 12 with you guys. So 9 through 12, we're given this function below, and we're asked to graph the following and state their domains and ranges. Okay. So there's some key points. I'll just kind of bolden them a little bit. Actually, okay. So there's 5 key points that we're going to need to use to reference, and we work with this. So now if we look at number 12, 12 is using that function, and this is a function that we're not aware of. Doesn't fit our category of linear, quadratic, linear absolute value, or exponential. It's just another function. But all functions translate the same way. So this plus 3, you need to know that means to move to the left 3, and the plus 1 means to move up 1. So I know I'm scrolling back and forth. I'll try to get them both on the same grid here. So we're going to take those 5 points and move them left 3, up 1, starting with the first point. So first point's at negative 4, negative 1. So if I move that left 3 up 1, I'm going to be at negative 7, 0. So I'm going to put my first point at negative 7, 0. Okay, let's look at the second point. I take the second point and move it left 3 up 1. I'm at negative 6, negative 1. I look at my third point, which is at 1, 0. I go left 3 up 1, I'm at negative 2, 1. You can start to connect these. Then we have this curve from the third to the fourth point. The fourth point is at 3, 4. I'm going to move left 3 up 1, so I'm going to be at 0, 5. And we got this upward curve. And then our last point is at 5, 2. I'm going to go left 3 up 1. So 2, 3. And if you look at both of them, you can see they're the same shape, just the first one, the original, has been shifted left 3 up